What's up YouTube, and welcome back to today's video. First off, hope you're all having a great day today. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Red Bluff Outlaw point standings. I made a video very similar to this last year, and I talked about how close the Red Bluff Outlaw points really are, and how one little mistake or one decision can change it all. And that's what we're going to be doing in today's video, except it's going to be a little bit more in depth. We're going to be looking at the top 5 in points and how many times have they made it in the top 6 in qualifying. How many heat race and dash wins do they have? And then we're going to look at each individual A main event finish from the first 6 points races. I personally really enjoy doing these types of videos. I really like to look at each individual finish. How many points do you gain here? How many points do you lose here? I've never been a big fan of math, but ever since I started racing at the Red Bluff Outlaws, I've been able to understand the point system, and that's why even in some of the vlogs this year, you've heard me say like, okay, after qualifying now I'm 10 behind Tyler Seavey for the lead, or I'm 8 behind Chase Hill, or I gained 2 points there in the dash. For some reason, since I don't know if it's because I've been racing there so long, but I have something like plugged into my brain. I have like a chip, and I can just make rough calculations, and pretty close, you know, they're not right on point, but I can make rough calculations going into the A main or the heat race and see where I'm at in points as the night goes on. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Now this video will be really funny if you guys don't like to think about points at all, because I know some that they don't even look at the point standings. They'll show up to the racetrack and keep racing and maybe check it mid-season and then check it at the end of the season, and they might be the champion. But some people like me, you know, we just have it plugged in our brain. The calculations are going all the time. After our heat race, we'll know. After the dash, after the A. So as we're going through the night, we just know, and there's nothing we can do about it because it's just always happening whether I want it to or not. But everything I wanted to talk about, I drew up on my whiteboard back here, so we're gonna head back there in a minute. But before we get started, if you guys are new to my channel, I wanted to give you a little bit of background on the Red Bluff Outlaws. So the Red Bluff Outlaws is a little bullring outlaw kart track located in Northern California, and it hosts the toughest outlaw kart competition on a weekly show in the country. Red Bluff averages anywhere from 20 to 40 outlaw karts in each division every single weekend. The box stocks, they've been a little low this year. I think they're anywhere around 15 to 20, but the beginner box, the 250s, the opens, and the sportsmans have been thriving, having a B main every single week and the opens having a C in most of them. I think the opens have been getting about 26 to 35 outlaw karts each week, and this weekend I think we might have even more than that, close to 40. But after that brief background of the Red Bluff Outlaws, let's go take a look at the top 5 in points and how they've done so far the first 6 races. On this whiteboard here, I have the top 5 in points and our results from the first 6 races. Down here we have A main event results. Then we got how many times each of us have qualified in the top 6. Heat race wins, dash wins, and then the current point standings all the way over here on the far right. We have Tyler Seavey and Chase Hill lead the field in a tie with 1,002 points. Jake Park 7 behind, I am currently 8 behind, and the 01 of Carson Souza is 42 behind. Now let's start examining the results here on this whiteboard, and we'll just start where we started at the beginning of the night, and that is with qualifying. So in these results, this is how many times out of the 6 races we've qualified in the Trophy Dash, which is the top 6 in qualifying. Tyler Seavey, 5 out of the 6 times, and quite a few of those 5, he's been at the top of the board. So that's just extra points for him, and that's one of the reasons he's at the top of the standings right now. Chase Hill, 4 out of the 6, Jake Park, 4 out of the 6, myself and Carson Souza also have 4 out of the 6, which for myself, that's a pretty good year we've had going so far in qualifying. In previous years, I've never been a great qualifier at Red Bluff. I started to pick it up my last season in 250, but box stock, like we had some good years, but some years we just were in the dash like 3 or 4 times. And you can't win a championship if you do that. Because in the Trophy Dash, you get extra points. Even if you finish last in the dash, you get 1 point. And every point matters at the Red Bluff Outlaws. And at Red Bluff, you really just want to qualify inside the top 6. Because every week they do a full invert, so you can just make up the points that you lost. Like if you qualify 6, if you go out and win the dash, then you'll get those 6 points right back. But qualifying is very tough at the Red Bluff Outlaws. And as you can see from the results, if you want to be at the top of the point standings, you got to make the Trophy Dash. Now moving on to the heat race. This is how many times each of us have won a heat race this year. Jake Park and I lead with 3 heat race wins out of the top 5 in points. Carson Souza has 1, and Chase Hill and Tyler Seavey have 2. Now, winning the heat race really isn't super important. I mean, it's nice to get those 2 extra points because in the heat race, it goes 14 points if you win, then 12, then 10. So it drops by 2, so if you want to make up some extra points, it helps to win the heat race. But really, you just want to transfer. It's only 2 transfer at the Red Bluff Outlaws. I think only 1 time this year. It was our lowest car count, like 25 or 26 opens, and it transferred 3 through the heat. but most of the time it's 2, and it's just so tough because they do a 4-car invert. So Tyler Seavey, when he qualifies quick time, he starts 4th in the heat race. And then he has to pass at least 2 cars if he wants to transfer to that night's A main event without having to run a lower main. So if you're in all of our situations here in the top 5, you just want to transfer to the A main event without having to run a lower main, so you have better starting position, and then you're not in the back of the pack where you have a chance of being caught up in a wreck. And now looking at the dash, Chase Hill leads us in the top 5 in all open drivers with 3 dash wins. Jake Park and myself also have 1. Carson Souza and Tyler Seavey have not won a dash yet. Chase is always good in the trophy dash. I don't know what it is, but he for some reason always qualifies like 4th, 5th, and 6th, and he's right on the 1st or 2nd row of the dash, and he'll get out front and he'll just be gone for all 6 laps. It's like he's in the zone, and he'll always pull away. I think last year he also had quite a few dash wins, so good way to get some extra points. We've won 1 dash, which helped us out a little bit there. Now moving on to A main event action, and what's funny about looking at the A main event results is maybe if you go to another racetrack, you know, the guy who's leading the points, it's going to be like a 1st, a 2nd, maybe then a 1st and a 3rd or a 4th, and he's always finishing in the top 5. Well, Red Bluff, if you want to win the championship, you got to be super, super consistent. But consistency at Red Bluff maybe looks a little bit different than consistency at some other racetracks. It's really about making every A main event and finishing inside the top 10. Because looking at these results, it seems like everyone so far in the top 5 has had 1 or even 2 bad finishes or just a bad night, and it can happen so fast at Red Bluff. So to get started, looking at the 91 of Tyler Seavey. First night out, he finished 3rd on the podium, so a great night. Then 11th place, a 3rd. Points race number 4, he got it done, got the win, and then 2 12th place finishes the last 2 races for Tyler. And now moving on to the 1C of Chase Hill, who in my opinion has been the most consistent over each A main event. He only has 1 bad finish over points race number 4, that was 16th, but it started off a top 5 on points race number 1, then 2 2nd place finishes for points races number 2 and 3, then that 1 bad finish 16th, that's actually where we got caught up in a wreck. I was racing and I got a slider thrown on me, we made a little bit of contact, I half spun, and then he just T-boned me with nowhere to go, and he ended up finishing last that race. Then he got it done for points race number 5 with the win, and then 4th this past weekend at the Gary Jacobs Memorial. Now moving on to 3rd place in points, the 77X of Jake Park. He won points race number 1, came out of the gate super strong. Then he finished 5th, a 4th, and then a DMA. DMA stands for didn't make the A main event. Jake Park, actually looking at the results, if he would have made the A main event this night, I would have said hands down he has the most consistent finishes. His worst, besides not making the A, that he had a rough B main. He was going for the transfer spot, made contact with another driver, and that ended his night. But his worst finish was 7th, which is really, really good. Those are championship numbers right there. So he has a 1st, a 5th, a 4th, didn't make the A main event one night, a 7th, and then a 1st for points race number 6, the Gary Jacobs Memorial. And now we're going to take a look at my results. I am currently sitting 4th in points. Points race number 1, we came out, we had a rough A main event. I was just really excited as a driver and tried to do some moves that weren't going to work. And then points race number 2 and 3, we had 2 stellar nights with 2 wins in a row, and that's really helped keep me in the points and where I'm at right now. And then we have a 10th, an 8th, and an 11th. So right on the bottom half of the top 10 here, but these 2 finishes for sure have helped me out a lot. And now we're going to look at the 01 of Carson Souza, who's currently sitting 5th in points. He has a 16th place finish for points race number 1, then a 10th, and then another 16th. And then he had his best finish, his career best finish in the open class with the 2nd at the Red Bluff Outlaws. Then points race number 5, he had a 14th, and then another 2nd this past weekend at the Gary Jacobs Memorial. So everyone in the top 4 is has the wins this year. Tyler Seavey with 1, Chase Hill with 1, and then Jake Park and myself both have 2, which that's 6 wins for the first 6 races. This isn't as crazy as a few years ago. I think they had 6 or 7 different winners in 6 or 7 different races, and it just kept going on and on. New winner, new winner, new winner. It just shows the stiff competition at the Red Bluff Outlaws. And this is just showing you the top 5 in points. Everyone from like 6th to 15th, these guys that are consistently putting in the A main event, they have a shot at winning. I'm just not able to show you. If I could show you the whole top 10 on this whiteboard, I wish I could. But this is the top 5 in points, and here are your results. Qualifying, heat race wins, dash wins, the current point standing right now. The top 4 are all separated by 8 points, so it's gonna be a dogfight. I keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it the rest of the season. It's gonna be a dogfight to the end. So that is what the top 5 looks like going into the final race of the 2018 season at the Red Bluff Outlaws. Then we have 6 weekends off, and we'll be coming back to finish off the last 5 races and then West Coast Nationals. And then the indoor season's over. So we still have a lot of racing left, but it's kind of sad to think it's gonna come to a close here in just a few months. Real quick, before we end this video, I have one piece of fan art I'm gonna open on camera today. This is from Pennsylvania, the PA Posse, always showing support to the vlogs. This is cool. So we got, let's read the note first. Oh, he drew this. He drew this, the sprint car, the 18T. Thank you so much, Maddie Tyson. I appreciate it. One more look at that. And then she also sent a note on here. Hi Tanner, my name is Maddie. I'm 16 and I'm from Pennsylvania. There are 3 bracelets for you, Carly, and Bennett. That's these 3 bracelets right here. They are for autoimmune disease that I've been dealing with for the past 1.5 years. I've been giving bracelets out to all the drivers around the world, as far as Australia, to spread awareness since not a lot of people know about it. Thank you for supporting Maddie Tyson. P.S. Love the videos and good luck the rest of the season. Thank you so much, Maddie, for the bracelets. Bennett and I will definitely, and Carly, will be wearing them in the vlog. On the bracelets, it says Tyson, and then I think it also says, I'm not even able to pronounce this. I think it's another name for the disease, and then it says awareness on it. Thank you so much, Maddie. Thank you for taking the time to send some bracelets and some super cool fan art. I'll definitely make sure I hang this up on the wall. But that is gonna end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Let me know if you want me to do more of like this stats type video, where I talk about qualifying, heat race, and show maybe the top 5 or the top 10 in points and show how everyone's been doing and how they got to their position in points. I enjoy doing them. I like doing the research and taking time to write it down, even though I'm a perfectionist and it took me like an hour to write all that on that board because I had to get the 1 just straight and the 3 perfect and the ST also with the 1 and stuff like that. I don't know. I went major try hard on that board. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys all in the next video this weekend at the Red Bluff Outlaws for points race number 7 and to finish off 2018. It's been a great year. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys all this weekend. Deuces.